I'm Charles Kibiwot, and I'm a student at the University of Nairobi. And today I want to talk about corruption on just a lighter note. And have you ever known that the corruption that is tackling this Kenyan country is able to make and catapult this country to a very high notch? I was once in a matatu, and there was a guy from USA who was talking about the point of corruption, and that was like 4 years ago. That was like 2014. And he was saying that if USA was as corrupt as the way Kenyan place is, then totally the American country would have been down. That made me to think a lot and say that Kenyan country is endowed with so many other things, but the only thing that kills us is corruption. And if you think of it, like the 9 billion that was used recently in the NYS, that money was lost. But if that money was even put in education, all the students who are in high schools right now could have paid their fees from Form 1 up to Form 4. All the university students could have acquired laptops. And talking of laptops again, these days a class 1 student is entitled to get a laptop. But somebody who is in university, who is now studying something more of research, doesn't have a laptop. I think there is something that we Kenyans miss. And these people who are very corrupt are people we gave them that seat. I don't know why they have to do that to us, yet we gave them the permit to go there. It is up to us Kenyans to stand and say that this thing should come to an end. It will come to an end even only if we as the youths of this nation should come out and fight corruption from the basis from where we are. If there was no corruption, there could be so many jobs. If there was no corruption, automatically there could be so many people who are earning lots of money, yet they are there, outside there, walking in the streets, getting into offices each and every day. Their souls in their shoes have already flattened, not because they have jobs and they are running up and down, just because they are getting into offices each and every day. Right now we are talking of demolition of houses. How will that benefit the economy of this nation? That is a question I'm just asking each and every Kenyan outside there. These buildings were built when there were people in offices who knew that these buildings are going up. Why did they not raise the alarm at that time? Why is it that they've gone to an extent that when somebody has started earning his money, they now come in and say that this land was built on a riparian land, as they say? Waititu had a point. He said that instead of moving or demolishing these buildings, let us move the rivers from that point. That was very correct according to me and as a student. But if you come to think of it, these rivers can be channeled to pass through other points instead of demolishing a house worth billions of money. But if you think of it again, the rivers that we are talking about, actually, they are not rivers. They are sewages that are running. So I wonder why we are saying that these buildings were built on a riparian land, yet the place itself is so swampy. It is a sewage line that is passing through. Let us think of how we can even clean the river before we start talking of changing their course. Nairobi city is a developed city, and its point started going downwards when they started planning. That was so many years ago. So it is a point right now that the government should come to point and say that this is where we are. So many people have built houses on riparian land, but starting from this year, that is now 2018, henceforth, then nobody should start building on a riparian land, as they say. But demolishing those houses will never cost us anything. If right now you talk about demolishing Weston, as people are more eager to see if Weston Hotel will be demolished, what will we gain as a country? There is nothing. They would have even said that if that Weston was built on a primary school land, then let have some percentage of what they get out of that place, they develop the school or something closer to that. But demolishing a house like that, billions of money going down to zero, there is nothing that will happen. I just thought of Mutula Jr. I just thought of Honorable William Ruto, and I thought of His Excellency the President of this nation, and I was having that notch of saying, I wish I could meet these people. I wish I could just go and talk to them. I wish I could just go and share with them what is in my heart, that they can see and even open to talk to other people. There are so many leaders outside there who would have wished to be leaders of this nation, but what is killing them is just the corrupt leaders that we have put in place. Thank God to our president. Right now, he's fighting corruption to his own point of understanding. Anajikaza kwa mahali anaweza. Na sisi tukijikaza pia kwa mahali tunaweza, by some years to come, corruption will be something that is a foregone thing. Last and not least, I want to talk that if you come and check, most corrupt countries are countries that believe in God. If you talk of a country like China, there is no corruption, but they are Buddhist. Some are not even Christian. As in, the point is, they are not Christian. They don't worship the God we worship. And they are the people who have fought corruption. But come to the Christian countries who worship God, I wonder why there is a lot of corruption. It is a high time that we change this country and fight corruption, even if it calls for jailing and increasing the jail term for those people who are going to be caught under corruption, then that will be correct. Lastly, let us fight corruption from the roots. Let us not get a point whereby we are saying we are fighting corruption, but we are just cutting the branches. They will still emanate and come back, form branches, and after forming the branches, they will form things that are not enabling us to go ahead. So let us dig into the roots of the corruption and finish those people who are fostering the corruption, and after that we are going to be saved. These days, even to be employed as an army officer, it's very hard because people are corrupt. To be employed as a teacher, it's very hard because there is corruption. To get a job anywhere, you have to give out something, kitu kidogo, before you get anything, even the simplest thing possible. By the end of it all, we are going to come out. But at long last, I say, cha muhimu ni uhai. I wish to see you, Mutula Kilonzo, the President, His Excellency, and Ruto, the Vice President of this nation. Otherwise, till next time, have a nice time.